Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 5, Episode 98. It's been a few days, and it's Monday morning. Did not go anywhere Sunday because things have been pretty busy, and just trying to catch up on life, catch up on sleep, and everything else. So, Monday morning, we are heading to work. Tomorrow, Tuesday, the backsplashes get installed, which are actually more square feet than the countertops, if you can believe that, because they're going so far up on the walls. That's great, and then we'll have to pay the rest of that, and we're finally done with all these big costs for the house. Just the cabinets and countertops were about $30,000, so that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. So that will be finally done and paid for. It brought some stress with it, obviously, when you're used to having X number of bills, and then they get magnified like that, and on top of that you have bad variance. Obviously, that's not great. So we need to buckle down, keep doing what we're doing, stay positive, keep moving in the right direction, chip away, all those different things that we talk about. Gotta follow those things that I talk about all the time and not let things get to you, and keep moving in the right direction. And it's hard to do. I was thinking this morning, it's easy to have a good attitude, but it's not easy to have good variance. You can't just will your way into good variance. You can't just hope your way. You can't have a good attitude your way into good variance. So I've been experiencing some bad variance. Also been experiencing less machines that are playable, less tables that are playable. Have to go further to get to those places. So been battling all those things, and today we're going to be in the office, but I hope to kind of figure things out a little bit in my mind, start closing doors that need to be closed and opening new doors that need to be opened, and kind of set the game plan for the next few months, because finally tomorrow we'll be able to take that breath and say, okay, all this stuff happened, all these bills happened, bankroll took a hit, but now it's time to turn things around, and it's time to start building up the bankroll again. It's time to do all the things that we need to do. The one big bill that's still coming that we haven't taken care of yet is we need to have a trip for summer, and it looks like that's going to be a 1-week cruise, and I'll be working on that the next 2 days. I think we finally figured out which cruise we want, and I'll figure out which rooms we're going to get and get all that taken care of, and then from there on it's just a matter of making money. And I hope that that cruise is as profitable as the last one, where we made about $10,000 in a week because we were the only advantage players on the cruise. I guess those are the big things on my mind right now. I have a whole list of small details I need to take care of. Took care of a lot of paperwork over the weekend. It was nice to be able to be home, but I felt like I didn't get as much done as I would have liked to. But I do feel a little bit more refreshed. I might not be 100%, but I feel like I have a little bit more energy right now after all that driving for very little money. But I think things are going to be okay. So those are all the things on my mind right now as I'm heading to work. I need to make one stop before getting to the office, and then we'll be in the office taking care of our business for work, and then getting out our spreadsheet and figuring things out. Now, it's interesting because when I go to the office, I have about an hour and a half. Oh, low fuel. We'll have to get some fuel before we get to the casino today, maybe. I don't know what I was saying there. What I was saying was, when I get to the office, I have about an hour and a half of work time before I leave, and then I have about 2 hours, or 3 hours actually, when I get back to the office before I leave again. So I have about 4.5 hours in order to get all my work done and start planning my personal stuff as well. So we'll be doing that. I also want to talk to my manager about getting that report about who was in the office and who wasn't in the office to see how they rated me. Did they say I was never in there because I was leaving, or did they say that I was in there 99% of the time, which is what I'm hoping. So if they said I was never in there, then I'm going to have to start being in the office every single week, instead of taking that time to go travel somewhere, because I don't want to lose the job. So we'll see how they have that all on paper. So anyway, all right, let's head to the office, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. It is 10:30, just leaving work and heading out to the casino. Gonna get some food while we're there. We're gonna hopefully make some money while we're there. And I got a lot accomplished this morning, including all the stuff for work. I found a bug in ServiceNow, which ended up not being a bug. It was done on purpose to limit usage, memory usage and all that kind of stuff. And I had them tweak it a little bit so it's not as bad, because it does slow down my work a little bit. I took care of all my emails, got everything caught up, everything is good, and I'm pretty much done for the day with work other than any emails coming in. I worked on my personal stuff, updating bills and organizing things, figuring out what I'm doing the next few weeks. Also put some money in one of my kids' accounts, who's been working like crazy, making nice money, and putting some in a retirement account and some in an investment account. And it's pretty crazy how much money he's been able to save, but it's pretty amazing. I'm very proud of him. Let's see. Other than that, just some other side personal things going on that I've been working on, and I think everything, I feel good about what I'm accomplishing today and how things are going, and hopefully the next couple days are prosperous. And Wednesday will be a long day. We'll be going to it'll be a longer trip Wednesday, and we'll be staying pretty late Wednesday. So hopefully that is good. Really, that's what's going on right now. And I did get an email, and I appreciate it, about my eyes. I haven't replied to the email, but I'll mention it on here. I know I've had some trouble with my eyes lately, and I've actually had 7 different surgeries on my eyes for like LASIK surgeries. And it took that many to get it to where basically I don't have to wear glasses. I can for reading. For like 12 to 18 inches, I have a little bit of trouble, but other than that, I don't really have to wear anything. So I've done a lot, and I am concerned about my vision. So I think I'm going to stop by Walmart in the next day or two and talk to their doctor there. That way, they're not going to charge me anything, and they're going to say, yes, it's worth going to some kind of urgent care, or don't worry about it, it's normal. So when I had my vision checked about a month ago, she didn't think that it was that big of a deal for the one eye, but she said if it got worse to do something about it. So I'll probably just go in there and just say hello and see what they say, and that'll set my mind at ease. But I appreciate everybody's concern. It does mean a lot to me, so thank you for that. All right, continuing on here to our first casino of the day. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back, and not much happening at all. In fact, when I walked in, there's a carousel of 3 machines, and I checked the first, and I saw an Asian guy I'd never seen before. He was checking one on the other side. I zipped around to check the third one, and it was just getting started, and he came by, and I could tell there was nothing there. I said, you can have it. And then I moved on, and while he was messing with that, I checked the whole other area, because I slowed him down, and I checked all that. I was only able to find a couple small plays, and ended up making a profit of $80. So $80. Not good, not bad, but it's money. So $80 there. I was gonna get a triple cheese like I normally would with no bun, but there was really nice hot dogs that this lady was getting, so I just got a couple hot dogs with cheese and onions, no bun, and that was good. So did that, took care of some business while I was sitting there, and right now I am heading back to the office. Gonna stop and get some gas because we're pretty much at zero, but we know now that this car is not accurate, and I can go just a little bit past zero and I'm okay. So go get some fuel, and then we'll head to the office and get back to work. Nice day today. Right now it's 70 outside, kind of foggy, not foggy, cloudy, but not too bad, a little bit hazy, but it's a nice day, light breeze, so everything's good. So let's head over to the office and I'll come back and update you. All right, guys, I am back. So some crazy stuff going on, man. We just had first of all, I don't have my laptop, which is good, because my fan's been making some noise, probably from all the dust and stuff getting into it. So I took my laptop to the support team, and they said, "Why do you have this laptop?" I said, "Well, that's what you gave me." They're like, "We don't even have it listed that you even have a laptop, and this is so old, we need to upgrade you." So they're going to upgrade me and move me to a new system and move all my stuff to it overnight. So right now I don't have a laptop, so I don't have to be signed in, I don't have to do anything for the rest of the day. So that's all good. And one thing, we had a meeting today, our regular team meeting, and we were talking about AI, and now they're talking about AI writing all the code and just having people supervising it, and then soon having it run itself and supervising itself, running it and testing it and everything. And they came to my team saying, what implications are there, and what's the risk and all that. And the risk is absolutely tremendous. You're basically letting something into your system that we know nothing about yet, and that in early stages was already lying to people, was already trying to get out of its guidelines, trying to do things that it's not supposed to do, trying to get out of doing work, trying to take shortcuts, trying to tell you things that you want to hear, even if they're not true. And we're talking about having it run code and test code and say, "Oh yeah, this code works fine," when it doesn't want to do the work. So it's extremely scary. And I was thinking 5 or 10 years before things got out of control, but they're pretty much out of control right now. Imagine having a rogue system inside your network and how fast it could destroy your whole company. And you're going to need another AI just to manage it. And how are you going to manage that one? So I'm totally against it. I think it's a big mistake. I think the upside is definitely not worth it. You're better off hiring more people and having higher costs than having AI that could possibly take over your entire network, take over your entire company, shut down your entire company, lock you out of your entire company, and you have no way out. So anyway, even if you have backups, you're going to have backups that the AI can't get to, because they could destroy your backups. So anyway, with that good news, we are heading back to the casino, and then we got a million things to do tonight with the family and sports and meeting people and all kinds of stuff. So we'll be getting on that tonight. So that's what's going on right now, heading out to the casino, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. Walking around in that place, it was so bad. Not much going on. The same guy I saw earlier in the day was still in there checking stuff. There was an almost play, the high limit. The guy was slow playing it. It was going to take forever. I ended up just playing 2 different things, and ended my session ahead 101, and that's it. And it's been really tough. Talked to a couple friends about some other stuff going on. those things are always possibilities. But right now in this area, it's not good. So I decided for Wednesday, I decided where I'm going to go. It's going to be a late one into the morning. But I've got to go further, so it's going to be like 7.5 hours or 7 hours away, a whole different direction than I went last time. So it's going to be a long one. So by the time I get to like my second casino, the workday will be over. That's how long of a trip it's going to be. So, but what are you going to do? I don't have a choice. We have to make money, so we got to keep going further. Right now, I am going to head toward home. Got a lot of other things to work out. We can do some segments here. What did you eat today, MW? I actually had 2 hot dogs, no bun. They were like the all beef quarter-pound things. They were pretty good, with some cheese and some onions on them. I give them like a 7, considering what they are, and on a scale of 2 through ace. And what did you tip today, MW? Well, we made 80 and we made 101, so really not much to tip about. I ended up tipping $0. And what did you learn today, MW? Actually, I learned a lot of stuff. Most of the stuff I can't talk about, but a lot of the stuff about AI and things like that I already discussed. And it's just it's a very scary world coming up, and whoever wins the war on making chips is going to rule, and whoever figures out how to take advantage of AI is going to rule. But in the end, are we all going to be victims of AI? Which, talking to a lot of professionals, including very smart people, listening to a lot of stuff and really learning a lot about it and being in it myself at work, I'm realizing that AI is not a good thing. It's a really bad thing, and we need to figure out how to protect ourselves from it. And one thing I brought up in the meeting, that the only way to protect yourself, now that the cat's out of the bag and people are starting to use AI, there's no way that any one country is going to say, I'm not going to continue working on AI, because they're going to fall behind. But the more you accelerate it, the bigger chance that you have that you could rule the world. But also, by accelerating it, you're going to be accelerating your own demise and the whole world's demise, ultimately, potentially. And the way around it is to create another AI that monitors the other AIs, have it be like the ruling AI, and hopefully that one doesn't go rogue. Like 100% of them have gone rogue so far. So it's a very scary situation. I don't know what other solutions that there could possibly be, because they're already starting to think out of the box, so to speak, figuratively and physically, and be able to do things. I've talked about it in the past where they didn't even have network cards, and they found a way to communicate with each other using fan speed and things like that. So we're in a really tough situation here. There might not be any going back. So anyway, right now it looks like it's about to rain. 81 degrees outside, and I'm in rush hour traffic heading toward home. A bunch of stuff for the kids, a bunch of stuff for the house, all these other things going on tonight. So I'll be working on all that. And for now, I'm going to let you go. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.